Alright, Shalom. I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles of great millstone, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And Shalom to the Akim, who's gathered to the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And Shalom to the Akim. That be like unto the speckled bird, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And I say Shalom to y'all Akim out there. And back at you with another lesson, and hope this is going to be edifying to the spirit, power, grace, and mercy of Yahweh Yahushua. And this is another outside lesson on this May 11, 2022 at 7:27 p.m. on this Wednesday afternoon. And this is another news article showing the more signs of Babylon, where it is falling once again on an economic scale as it continues to plunge more and more and more. So this is a news article called Seek Alpha, which is my first ever time in this website before. It says the highlight of this news article, when it reads from Seek Alpha, it says the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 Dow Jones extended recent weakness amending disappointment inflation data. It says stock finished a volatile day lower on Wednesday in ongoing worries about inflation and a meltdown in the cryptocurrency market. It says contributes to another day of selling on Wall Street. It says shares bounce around early in sessions with a major average spending time in the positive territory. However, considered selling returns during the afternoon, leaving stocks generally low by the close. The slide added the recent weakness for the major average. Then you had the S&P 500 finish with a low of negative 1.7 and the Dow Jones negative 1%. And the NASDAQ composite inventory closed at negative 3.2. And it says the NASDAQ led the major areas lower, following negative 373.44 points to finish at 11,364.24. The S&P closed further below 4,000 marked after trying to regain their level days before. The index dropped 65.87 points to finish at 3,935.18. The Dow Jones retreat has 326.63 points, which is the negative areas, the red, as you see the statistics up there along with the S&Ps and Dow Jones and everything in the composite. For an example, it says the Dow Jones reiterated negative 326.63 points to end at 31,834.11. It says 8 of the 11 S&P sectors finished low, led by consumer discretionary as a infotech, which both dropped more than 3%. Energies and utilities were main gainers. It says looking at the bond market, the 10-year Treasury yield fell about 8 basic points to 2.92%. The 2-year yield rose about 1 base, 2.63%. On the economy front, the April core CPI rose 0.6 month-over-month, hotter than 0.4 expected. There's where the market attention was focused. The headline, the annual rate came at 8.3%. And it says this month core is seriously disappointing. On the face of it, that the core was much better. Pentio, if I pronounced that name right, Marcus Inception said he added that the core measure rose only 0.31%, the smallest gain since September, and the trending is slowing. The consumer inflation numbers are below the Federal Reserve, which have been seen as beyond the curve on inflation for a while, and just took hike of 75 basis points off the table. It says if the Feds keep sugarcoating and under promising, then the people are going to lose confidence in the central bank, former federal government Bill Dudley said on Bloomberg TV. This report doesn't change the near-term federal outlook. They will seek hike by 50 BP next month. Shepardson said the chance of switching to 25 BP in July probably now is lesser than we hope, unless the May and June court prints are much lower. It says bear in mind too that the next few months also will bring clearer evidence of the house rollover and softer manufacturing numbers to a payroll growth probably will slow a bit. A 25 in the July is not dead. So yeah, with the continue Dow Jones keep on going downhill, the NASDAQ, the Nas Jones, and the Dow Jones and S&P 500 and the NASDAQ, they all dwindling down, right along with the disappointing inflation data as well too. Shows you more the continued downfall of not just only the daughter of Babylon economically falling continuously, but globally as well too. Because you look at the hyperinflation, the cost of living, the taxes and everything, all that's going up. Potential of famines and food shortages. That goes to show you that the fall of Babylon is increasingly more and more and more, more than ever as well too, And I'm gonna bring out some scriptures. Babylon is this is the book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 2, and it reads, and he cried with a mighty strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, is fallen. Right, just like I mentioned, the title of the introduction of this lesson, that this place is constantly, consistently falling economically, and by the days and the month and the years, as you see, it's going downhill, it's going down the toilet, and it doesn't matter what president that you bring in office, Babylon is going to constantly continue to sink down, economically, racially as well too. The tensions of that is going to increase as well too. Like the scripture says, if a house be divided, how shall it stand? But you're going to have tensions. You're going to have food shortage riots. Political agenda riots between the left and the right. That's why you're seeing the increase of the protests with the abortion thing. It shows you more signs more and more that this place is gonna continue to fall. And ain't no hill in Babylon, ain't no hill in the daughter of Babylon. Just like ancient modern day Babylon fell, modern day Babylon is gonna fall as well too. And we have seen tremendously good signs of that this place is continuing to fall, and it's becoming a habitation of devils, which we see that as well too. And a hole of every foul spirit and a cage of every unclean for hateful bird, right? We're seeing all that, like the scripture says, wickedness has received all the way up into heaven. I'll roughly paraphrase that scripture, and we seeing it continuously, This place is falling on an economic scale, As I brung that news article again, hey man, it's crazy that this S&P 500 and this Dow Jones keep on crashing, and we starting to see this on a consistent basis, I wouldn't be surprised it's gonna keep up the streak of these NASDAQ continue to fall, economically, because the Federal Reserve, I guess they was kind of hindering and pondering the idea to like raise the tax rates, the interest rates, and try to like plunge more money into your economies as they wait on the results for the job reports and the endemic results, what's going on over there with the Russia-Ukraine thing, and then with the Shanghai endemic over there as well too. Cause, like I mentioned before, not only it's not affecting people over here over the northern hemisphere, it's affecting people globally as well too. From an economic sense, from a global sense of the gas prices and the hyperinflation as well too. So I guess the Dow Jones constantly continue to fall because I believe Joe Biden stated about he's trying to find ways to maneuver and ease the inflation, which I don't know how ways he's gonna do that immediately, but it's gonna continue to affect the economy, with the hyperinflation, the cost of living, and everything, especially from an economic sense, It goes to show you that this place is continue to fall, And I'm gonna bring out one more scripture again, and then I'm gonna close out the outside/walk and talk lesson for today on this Wednesday night. We have healed Babylon. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 9, and it reads through the Holy Scriptures. In verse 9 in the book of Jeremiah, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsaken her, right, because this place is not going to be healed. It's not going to be healed, It's going to continue to go downhill, and it's going to continue to fall, Ain't no healing for modern day Babylon, And let us go, right, forsaken her, and let us go to everyone into her own country. Because when that time of visitation comes, when that Jacob's trouble, once that comes to full effect, is everybody's going to turn to their own people, and they're going to flee into their own country, when that time comes, For her judgments reach unto heaven, and it's to lift up even to the skies, right? The sins have reached up into heaven, and the judgments as well too, because, these are the signs of times that we are living in, of modern day Babylon is falling from an economic standpoint since, So with that, I hope this lesson, walk and talk /outside lesson, was edifying through the spirit, power, grace, and mercy of Yahweh Yahushua. And first and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakar Kadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, preaching His word truthfully and sincerely. Shalom to Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching His word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to Akim, that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And until next time, I will say shalom and a ball.